Hey everybody, it's Alex from Heavy New York, and on the phone we got Kelly McLauchlin of I Am Morbid. Thank you for your time, man.
Hey, cool, man. Thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's so awesome to have you here. You're with I Am Morbid now. Congrats on the gig. How's everything been with it so far?
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Thank you, man. It's going great so far. Just really focused on getting the tunes together and getting ready to bring this music to the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. Being that you also used to play with Possessed, when you joined I Am Morbid, did Dave, Bill, and Tim kind of want you to bring a little bit of your own mix to I Am Morbid, or were you kind of like adjusting your playing style to I Am Morbid?
So that's an interesting question. My approach here is going to be to bring, to bring the best I can and the best the band can to the tradition of the Morbid Angel songs. That's it, plain and simple.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are being that I was always interested with I Am Morbid playing like the first four Morbid Angel records because what I find unique is it's obviously not it's different members playing it. So I'm curious to is there anything different playing these songs live versus when we first heard these Morbid Angel records in your opinion?
Right. So, naturally, I haven't played these songs together live with the band yet. You know what I mean? We'll be, playing these songs together for the first time on the European tour, as well as, rehearsals coming up in LA. But, aside from that, I got together with David these past couple of weeks and went through all the riffs and ironed out all the details. And it's up to me to just, play the songs and have them ready to deliver, 1,000%.
Yeah, definitely. What I find interesting is how different, because I actually interviewed both Bill and Tim, and being that they played with like 35 other bands before, being that you played with Possess, how different of when it comes to playing with different bands, is there just a blanket guitar playing mode that you always play, like it's just playing your instrument, or is it a different headspace or mind frame playing it?
Well, I mean, there's not that much difference to the playing styles between Possessed and Morbid Angel. I mean, I guess if you, sat down and, analyzed it and dissected each riff, you could pick out, certain, key phrases and, styles that are unique to, either, Trey's, playing in the case of Morbid Angel or the classic Possessed songs. But, I've been playing these songs a lot of years, when you look at the big picture, I don't know if you know this, I actually auditioned for Morbid Angel back in just like 2008,
Wow.
about 11 years ago. And, at the time I didn't get the gig, but, in fact, that's when they hired, Thor, got the gig. So, but anyway, so, I can play this style, and it's kind of what I was raised up on, being part of the Tampa scene. And, as a great guitar player, you should know, some of these, Morbid Angel songs, Possessed songs, whatever it is you're into playing. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's been a little adjustment, but I feel, it just feels like home.
Awesome.
Yeah, totally natural.
Yeah.
Very cool.
As a guitar player, I was always curious because death metal in itself is so unique because death metal has some melodies in it and there's also it thrives on a lot of riffing. Is there a certain art to death metal guitar playing specifically?
I mean, that's kind of a broad range scope of a question, but yeah, I mean, if it depends what you mean. If you're comparing it to thrash, is there a difference between playing, thrash riffs versus death metal riffs on a guitar?
I don't know. I always thought that there's a lot of similarities to that. But then, like Morbid Angel's considered death metal, but At the Gates is also considered death metal, and there's a lot of differences between those two as well.
For sure, musically, but I think as far as a guitar player, you should be able to play, be well rounded, play all kinds of styles. You know what I mean? Whether that's your thing or not.
Yeah, and coming from the Tampa, Florida scene, because I've interviewed Monstrosity, I've interviewed, Morbid Angel, I've interviewed a lot of these Tampa, Florida bands. Was it easier to start a band during Tampa, Florida, just being from Tampa during that time period?
I mean, I guess you could say that Tampa's a really, awesome and tight knit death metal scene in Tampa. So yeah, there's a lot of great guitar players in the area, and vocalists, drums, everything. So a lot of great musicians, death metal musicians from Tampa. So I don't know if that make it easier, but
Yeah, I was always.
What do you say?
Sorry.
What can you say?
Yeah, well, I was always curious to what it was down there that there was such a death metal scene. I mean, bright and sunny Florida, and then you have the most extreme form of music I think that was ever made coming down from there.
Yeah, we always kind of joked around about that. I mean, Tampa's also the lightning capital of the world. I don't know if you know that. So, some really brutal and extreme, thunderstorms come through Tampa and all of South Florida. So, maybe that's what it is, man. The dark, the ominous kind of energy. You know what I mean?
And they also refer to that area as God's waiting room. I don't know if you ever heard that joke before.
No, but
a lot of people retire to Florida, so.
Yeah, that may be the case. There's a huge prescription pill problem too. So I don't know if you know about that.
Oh, wasn't aware of that. No. And another question I was really curious about with I Am Morbid is, do you think, I kind of asked it a little bit here and there, you kind of answered it a little bit, but being that, Dave obviously with his background, but Bill playing with Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Westfield Massacre and Northtail, and, Tim in his time with Divine Heresy and Nile and so many other bands, do you think that actually helps Morbid Angel, or I Am Morbid in a way, in terms of like bridging together maybe some different sounds?
As far as different sounds, each player has his own background and, brings his, skill levels, his A game. But I don't think anyone's looking for any kind of new sounds or anything like that as far as, the classic, Morbid Angel riffage and songs. Mm-hmm. So I believe our approach is going to be very, just try to keep it to the traditional sound and bring that to the fans. That's really what it's all about.
Awesome. So before we go, I'd like to thank you so much for your time today. I heard your guitars got stolen actually on Thursday when we were originally supposed to do this. So I hope everything worked out there.
Yeah, well, stolen, maybe not exactly the right word, but the guitar was misplaced. I did get it back, so thankfully that was a pretty stressful 24 hours there.
I could imagine.
It worked out great.
Yeah, like your PR told me his guitar was stolen. I was like, that's horrible. That, and that's been an epidemic lately too. Is there just anything else with I Am Morbid that you would like to promote? Any shows or tours coming up?
Well, yeah, we have the Morbid Fest European tour that's coming up here in about 3 weeks. So it's a headlining tour, I Am Morbid, and with support from we got Vital Remains, Atrocity,
that's a lot.
Sadist, So yeah, man, we're looking at about it's like 10 different countries in Europe, and about 3 weeks worth of shows, 20 plus shows. I think they added one in France. Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing, and we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kelly. Everybody, we are here with Kelly of I Am Morbid. If you're in Europe and you're watching this, be sure to check them out, and we'll see you next time on Heavy New York. Thanks, man.
Sounds great. Thank you, man.